Hello, so today we're going to be presenting our final presentation for our budgeting application, Don't Go Broke. My name is Kelly Rinsey.
I'm Cody Clark.
I'm Katie Carlson.
And I am Tristan Stocks.
So Don't Go Broke is a budgeting application specifically designed for young adults striving to take control of their finances with confidence. Our application empowers users to track income, manage expenses, and set meaningful savings goals. By encouraging the development of healthy financial habits and providing a better understanding of spending patterns. Don't Go Broke aims to bridge the gap between financial awareness and practical money management. What sets our application apart is its emphasis on simplicity and accessibility, making financial management less daunting for beginners. Available on both Android and iOS platforms, the app ensures a seamless experience for users on either operating system. Let's walk through our software development lifecycle process and highlight some of the app's key features.
So this is the SDLC process, also known as the Software Development Lifecycle process. During this process, there are several steps that we followed to produce a functional application. First, there's the planning phase, then there's the gathering requirements phase, then the design phase, implementation, testing, deployment, and maintenance. For the planning section of the SDLC process, first we created a Discord server to communicate about the project and discuss project milestones. We decided to split the work between front-end and back-end development using Flutter as our framework to build the app. Since we are developing a mobile app, we researched emulators and decided on using the Pixel 9 emulator, testing the code on Android Studio. We also decided on using the waterfall design methodology as we believe it fit our use case best. Finally, we organized our GitHub repository as our version control software. We chose GitHub because it is easy to use, industry standard, and tracks changes in the code across different versions.
So during the design phase, we focus on creating an intuitive and user-friendly structure for the app. We started by identifying the main pages that are central to the user's financial journey. These include the home, transactions, budget, and overview pages. To further enhance functionality, we added a settings page, which also includes access to the user's profile. This ensures that the user has a centralized place to manage their account and app preferences. Lastly, we designed the login page to load first upon startup. This ensures secure access and sets the stage for the personalized experience that follows. These carefully structured pages aimed at providing the user with a seamlessly and empowering experience as they take control of their finances. So to kick off the prototyping process, we began by creating thumbnails by hand. This step allowed us to visualize the layout and overall structure of the user interface in a quick and flexible way. It gave us the freedom to explore various design ideas and adjust them before diving into our digital tools. Once we had a solid concept, we transitioned into creating a mockup in Figma. This mockup served as a polished prototype offering a detailed representation of how we envisioned the app to look and function. Figma provided a collaborative platform where we could refine the design, ensuring alignment with our goals for simplicity and user accessibility.
The research phase is one of the most important phases of SDLC. What we wanted to do was meet our requirement goals with a framework that would give us the ability and flexibility to write code one time instead of 3 times. This is due to the fact that we have 3 different places that we wanted to write at. One would be for our Android application, iOS, and our Windows. This led us to a comparison of 2 of the biggest frameworks out there right now, which is Flutter and React Native. We eventually would choose Flutter because it is a Google officially supported app. It will allow a lot of flexibility, documentation, and allow us to implement in the most efficient way possible. Through our research phase, we also wanted to have a place where we could store all of this data that we were compiling, all of these keys that we were receiving from our users and their financial information. We wanted to utilize a client server model. So we did go out and look and compare and contrast a few of them that were out there. This was going to include Amazon Web Services, IBM Cloud Free Database, Firebase, and Microsoft Azure. Now, our final selection will come down to Firebase. And one of the biggest reasons was that is throughout our research and development process, we wanted to streamline our processes. One of our team members actually had history of utilizing Firebase, and they highly recommended it. So Firebase did become our final candidate.
So the development of the application leverages the power and flexibility of Flutter and Dart to construct the core user interface. This choice ensures a smooth and consistent experience for users across Android and iOS platforms while reducing the need to duplicate coding while maintaining high performance. During the development phase, essential pages were outlined to address users' primary financial needs. These include, first, the login and sign-up pages, which secure user access with streamlined account creation and login functionality, and the budgeting and overview pages, which provide tools to set, track, and adjust budgets with ease. The main dashboard, which provides a concise overview of financial status, including income, expenses, and savings progress. The transactions page with detailed logs to help users monitor their spending habits, and the user profile, which provides customizable account settings to personalize the user's experience.
For system design, we wanted to simplify our process and make sure that our waterfall system was very efficient. One of the easiest ways to do that is through proper planning. So what we wanted to do was we created an entity relationship diagram. We keyed our major key sources of data that we were going to have to transfer between all of our classes. Now, this resulted in 26 different unique keys that were involved. And to keep track of this without any organization would have been very hard for our implementation. So what we did was we created all of our classes, put our keys, defined what our function keys are and how we could iterate to them. That way, no matter where we are in the process, every team member knows their responsibility and they know how to get this, let's say, something like a balance from the user profile to their transaction screen so that we can show them their information and their data. Lastly, what this will allow us to do is to make it easier for us to go back and set algorithms and know exactly where we are throughout our entire design process. Part of our backend design was to qualify ourselves with the Department of Treasury Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. This is known as FinCEN, and they are the #1 government agency that will give you your requirements for something such as a banking application. They want to make sure that we are protecting our user information from any hostile acts or intents. What we were going to do then is we wanted to choose a solution that is going to not only give us our database, but also is going to give us a level of authentication to protect our user information. And that is what led us down to the Firebase core, the Firebase authentication, and the Cloud Firestore to save our users' information.